how easy it is going if I can do it with my one hand. Hello again, and this is my 2012 Chevy Caprice PPV. And if you watched my first part, you know that it broke down. So I had it cammed, DOD deleted, and then in 1 month it started to knock, and engine had a problem. So if you have not watched it, pause right now, go ahead and watch it. I'll wait. And if you still don't want to watch it, I will tell you briefly what happened. And this is what it sounded like. I will throw in a clip. And my LS engine broke down, so I went ahead and swapped it with a 1.6 Honda engine, and now it's all reliable, doesn't have an issue, and it's very fuel efficient, and I will show you. Of course I'm kidding. My LS engine is here and it's fixed and it's running. It's all fixed now. I did not record all of it because winter was approaching and it was colder and darker, so I just wanted to put this back together to get it moving again. So I will show some footage. I will briefly tell you what I did. So if you have not watched it, rocker arm exploded, did throw needle bearings all over the place, and I was searching for them like for 2 weeks. Most of them were up in the head. I was able to retrieve about 32 of them. It's supposed to be 40, so about 7 or 8 are still like unaccounted for. Most of them were in the head, most of them at the end towards the interior inside of the car, and I found couple in the I will throw in some footage if I have. I found some inside the lifter trays, and I used some long magnet tool that has a magnet tip at the end. I retrieved some, and the rest of them I did some search and asking, and most people said they just end in at the bottom of the oil pan. And I wanted to remove them, so I drained oil. Nothing came out. It was all clean. So oil flow is not enough to just take them and send them out. So I wanted to remove oil pan to make sure I took all of them out. But after some searches, I figured out that it's very big job to take oil pan, and most people have to jack the engine up and do a crazy stuff just to remove oil pan, because front bolts are covered by the steering rack. And everyone said you can leave it, those needle bearings will just stay at the bottom of the oil pan and they are not gonna do anything bad. So if I 100% had to, I would do anything to remove them and remove the oil pan. But it sounds like I did not have to, and it was, especially in my circumstances, outside, not a garage, not a lift. So I left them, and it's been running. Now it's already March. It's been a few months. I don't drive it much yet, and I will tell you why. And this is what we are gonna try to fix it now. So we are not working much in the engine bay today, but we are gonna work in the interior, and I will show you what it looks like in there now. get ready. Yes, this is what it looks like now, and I had to take interior apart again because my heater core is damaged and my heating does not work on the driver's side, it only blows cold. So initial searches I did, I was saying that it is a blend door actuator, which is things that a little motor that spins and opens and closes doors and switches between cold and hot and between sides and stuff. And this is what it looks like. So this is one of them right here. And when I took this apart last time, I was doing G8 console swap, which is beautiful, not right now, but it's beautiful. And I was testing it and I was looking, and all of those were working and spinning, so it was not an issue. So it was something else. Then I noticed some gargling noises like water fountain or something under the dash, and that means there is air in the system somewhere. And then I noticed these leaks, so I figured there was a leak in the heating system, in this case coolant. And that's why I can't drive it in the winter, because it's too cold and I don't have heat on my driver's side, it only blows cold. That's one. And I took this apart again, and all of this, a lot of these parts that I removed are all brand new. They cost hundreds and thousands of dollars, and I only broke one piece that goes over here, which is not terrible. And I found the leak. So this is a heater core. This is where coolant comes in and goes into the core here, radiator, and spins, cycles through and goes out. And something is clogged or wherever, and it is leaking right here, which is actually a common issue. You can see there was a drop. Now it's dry because I parked this for a few days and batteries unplugged and all. And meanwhile, while we are doing this, I had this apart anyway. I removed the silver box and I sent it out to our friend from Facebook group, Caprice PPV owners, and he reprogrammed it. So now I should have instead of blue Chevy startup screen, I should have a red Holden startup screen, and that will complete our Holden interior swap. We have Holden emblem there, we have Holden steering wheel airbag, and now I can't wait to see that, but I have not yet because I need to fix this first before I plug anything back in and connect battery on. So now back to the heater core. This is a pain in the neck. So we are at this point, but we are not even close to removing it yet, because it connects right there and we cannot remove it just yet. And most people told me you have to take entire dash out to remove that, technically, but there is a workaround. The workaround is you will cut this here, and I have a new heater core already, so you will cut this here and take it out, slide it out, and then cut the new one in the same spot, slide it in, and they use just rubber hose, coolant hose to connect them, and that's a workaround, so you don't have to remove all the rest of the stuff. And I can just do it now and just start cutting and swipe. It would be faster, but I wonder if I just remove all this entire, like this blower motor assembly and those piping and stuff, and then if I can actually remove it. I still want to try to remove this proper way, and this connects outside. I will show you. So this comes out right there, so we need to, let's see if it focuses. Yeah, right there. These are two coolant hoses, and we need to unplug it here, those two, and then there is one ball that we need to remove that holds those two pipes to the wherever the body of the car. And in order to do that, we need to first just drain these hoses. There should not be any pressure because it's been sitting for a few days already, but there will be some coolant. So the manual and instructions say just unplug it right there, but it's very tight, so if I unplug it, it will be spilled right down there, and it's not enough space to catch anything. So I was thinking maybe I could unplug it on this side, and then I have more chance to catch it actually. But then I don't know. I think technically you should just drain the coolant from the radiator, so you have less coolant to spill and less mess to make. I think I will just go ahead and do that. I think that's a proper way to do it. So we need to do this as clean as possible, so I will just go ahead and drain coolant first, and then our first task is to remove these hoses, and then go from there. Okay. Quick update. I'm draining the coolant. It's still coming out slowly, and I removed the bottom cover. So full disclaimer, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just figuring stuff out. And I removed this one just to see better how to drain it, because I did not know exactly. And I did not have to do it because it has a hole where this is, and this is all you have to loosen up. And you can just do it from the bottom, loosen up, remove it, and it comes out, so you don't have to remove. But it's okay, I wanted to see what it looks like underneath. And my honk also is not working, so maybe I see something still coming. And I see these wires up front. I don't know what that exactly is, so I'll just take a look what it is. And it's still draining, and oh wow, suddenly a lot of coolant starting to flow. I don't know why. What happened? Was there something stuck? And now it slows down again. That's weird. Okay, I'm just gonna let this flow, and then what we need to do, we need to disconnect these two lines, and there is a bolt right there under those lines that is holding those two pipes to the firewall. And once I unplug this on two lines, and I'm gonna try to, I don't know, empty the heater core as much as we can, because it's gonna have some coolant inside. Then unbolt this one, or maybe not unbolt it yet. Maybe I should start. Okay, so change of plans. Moving forward, so I removed few of those screws, and this just would not work, so it was obvious this would take a week or so for me to remove everything. So I decided to cut this actually and use a workaround, and it's super easy. So I cut one already, and with this, just this, I just used this, and it took me literally 5 minutes maximum, probably less than 5 minutes. It cuts so easy, it's aluminum, it literally goes like butter. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut the second one and pull this one out, and then install a new one. Then we need to cut the new one and install it. Okay, and before I did that, I was draining it and I decided to unplug it here too. So I unplugged those hoses here, both. And wow, look at this, there is a chunk. So what I did, oh, what is this? Look at that, some gunk. This is probably in the heater core. Some gunk, so it's clogged up, and that's why it's probably leaking. And what I did was I took the new hose I have and just put this on there. I did blow inside from both sides to just try and take all of the coolant out from the heater core, so when I cut it, it doesn't make a huge mess. And it worked. Some more coolant came out. I did blow from this side, then from this side, and I got some more coolant out, and as you could see, some more gunk, which I really would like to clean. So let me just cut and remove this heater core, and then we'll see how it goes. And it actually worked. And it actually worked, because when I cut this, I tried to cover this electronic stuff, but nothing came out. So we managed to empty these lines, and now it's all dry and we did not make a lot of mess inside. So now I'm just gonna cut this in the same spot, and I'm just gonna, maybe I can show you. How easy it is going, if I can do it with my one hand. And it feels bad. I mean, it definitely does not feel right doing this. But we have to give huge credits to people who came up with this solution, because they save, I don't know, a lot of money, a lot of tears, a lot of frustration. See how fast this is going? It's been like a minute or two and I'm halfway already. I'm not pressuring it a lot, just very lightly. It's still not easy on my arms. Just a few seconds break, and then let's finish this off. Okay, let's make sure we are not cutting anything else. No, we are safe. That's it. A few minutes, literally a few minutes. And let's see. So I was told it should come out right away. Doesn't look like it. It needs a little bit of convincing, so I have to put this camera down. because I will need both of my hands. Oh, you can rotate those, okay. Oh, this is very tight. Oh, no. I saw coolant starting to come out because it's still here. But this one is too tight, I can't rotate, so this is on my way. Okay, I need to force to rotate this one first and then take it out. Okay, let's see. Okay, this was not very hard. Wow, this is pretty long. And out with the old. Now I need to do some cleanup here and then go and cut the new one. So it's all cut and ready. And now I cleaned it a little bit as much as I could and I ran some little bit of water through. And it's ready. Now we need to go and cut the new one. And once I cut the new one in the same spots, I will install it and connect them using this coolant hose. I bought the best one. I bought the best one I could find. They claim it just lasts forever. Z1 Performance or something. And they should work. But we need to check the new one, which is right here. New heater core, brand new from GM. There you go. This is what it looks like on the other end. This is what the brand new looks like. And this is what it looks like on the other end. If we could uninstall that, we would install this and it would be brand new and shiny and beautiful. Now we have to unfortunately cut this, which is not gonna feel good, but what can we do? Okay, let's see. Okay, next update. I cut the hoses shorter. I put this in, cut the new one, slide it in. So new one is installed. We need to put these hoses on, and I had to go to a store to buy hose clamps. This is what we are gonna use, and let's get to work. Now I have to put this and slide this over on these pipes. Next update. So I put this together. Somehow it was very difficult to put those hoses on, and I wasn't able to move it to even out. I was trying to move it this way and I moved it a little bit, but it should be enough to clamp this and hold it. So I tightened these clamps and now I'm gonna fill the system, close everything up, and I will start and drive around. And I'm not gonna put this together to make sure nothing is leaking. Hopefully this will hold up, and it will work. Hopefully our heat will work if this was the cause. If not, then we're gonna continue diagnosing. But I want to also tap this a little bit to make sure it's tight and doesn't leak. And I could have done this on the old one to tap this to close them more, but this is a cop car. It has 8,500 idle hours, which means in winter police just has this car starting and they have heat on, and this just cycles, and there is this hot coolant going through for years and thousands of hours. So I just wanted to make sure the heater core was not clogged and bad inside, so I just wanted to replace it. And once I do that, I'm going to connect those back, which I can do it right now. So this is very easy. Just pops this in. And then we just have to push this down to lock it in place. And this is good to go. And I'm gonna put the drain plug back underneath, and then okay, yeah, presto, this is all coolant, and we need to mix it with water. So I've got distilled water too, and this is Dex Cool, which is what GM requires. So this is, it says GM vehicles. This is what we're gonna put in. Okay, so cap is on. Actually, this is it. Cap is on, this is it. And I just looked at this side. I was curious what this was, and this may be a police siren actually. It says sound off Ignal or something like that. And there is a wire that comes down and connects to this one right here. And then there is another connector which is just hanging. This is not connected to anything. So I wonder if no focus, but this is a connector, and I wonder if that was going to a standard honk, and if it was removed and then this goes to this one, and maybe that's why my honk doesn't work. But I'm going to take a look at this when I remove front bumper, because I have a lower grille that's going in here to just fill this empty gap, and it's gonna be another project. And that's when I look at this siren and honk, if that's the issue and if I can't figure out before that. So right now I don't have time for this. I'm gonna put the cover back on, put the coolant in, and we will fire it up. And I'm excited to see the hold and startup screen. Okay, everything is closed up, bottom is all installed, cover, everything, and we are ready to actually start it up. But we need to bleed the system. So one more detail left. I have to lift the front end. So this is the top point of the system, cooling system, so we can bleed the air and let the air come out, and we will see bubbles. That's the proper way of doing it. And we need to make sure there is no more air and the new heater core gets filled by coolant and all the air can bleed out. But before we do that, we can install the reprogrammed sealer box, which is very exciting. So I have this box that came back. It was reprogrammed and unlocked. Okay, this is what it looks like. And this goes right in here. It goes right in here. But one more detail. So the guy who unlocked, he told me I got lucky, and I have a rear view camera port, which is this small one, right under the big one. And I was told that very few cars actually have it. It should be this one. So I'm gonna get a harness to plug this in here, and then I can use any rear view camera to have actually a rear view camera, and once I back up it's gonna show up on my screen, which is very cool, which I don't care much about, but it's there. So we are gonna install rear view camera, so that's another project. I have so many projects for this car. I don't know, it's gonna last for years. So if I make videos and if you're interested, subscribe. This is how it sits, and I feel like there is something on my way. And okay, now this is properly inserted, and there are 4 screws that hold this in place. 4 screws like this. So I do not have a rear view camera adapter yet, so that's why I'm not gonna put everything together until I get it. So might as well, when I have all of this apart, I'm going to plug that rear view camera connector so we can install rear view camera in the future, if we decide to. I don't know, depends on how easy it is. And this has 2 plugs, so one main plug, which is obvious and easy on the right side. It's this one, this plug, and on this side it has antenna plug, this small one. I believe this is for antenna, and I see many people saying that they broke it. So I see many people break this, and the reason might be they don't know about this, so they probably just unplug the other side main one, and then they don't know about this, that it's here. They just pull it out and break this. And it's very simple. You just have to push on top, and wait, it was easy. You have to push it on top and it comes out. It was easy when I did it, but now it's not that easy, so whatever. Okay, on this side it's this one, and it just Very simple. It just goes in and then you just push this down and it just locks it in, safe and sound. And now we're ready to put the front plate on, which is very important to show you how it actually works. So if you ever have a Caprice or Pontiac G8, or if anyone watching ever has to take this center console apart and do G8 swap or anything, this you may not know if you have not experienced it, but this piece, let me show you, this piece that goes on top here and the front fascia, where all the controls are, this is a one piece. It's not one piece, but it comes out as a one piece. And why is this important? So, okay, these are screwed back together like this. There's no way you can separate them from front. So this comes up as one piece and then goes in as again as one piece. So I'm going to put this back in and then jack the car, and we will start this up, and we should see a red Holden logo here that should complete our interior with red accents on this one and Holden, red accents on steering wheel and Holden badge. We should have a red Holden startup screen, which will be amazing. I am excited, and I will get back very shortly. Okay, silver box has been installed, coolant has been overfilled, coolant and water mix, and now I connected battery and moment of truth. I'm going to start, and fingers crossed how this works. And ooh, you can look at that, beautiful. Wow, I love that. I love that. We don't need radio. Wait, it's still blue. I thought this screen would be red. So it's only startup that changed. And let's fingers crossed hope that it's not going to leak. Certified. I'm just gonna complain about airbags obviously because we don't have them. Oh, again. Beautiful, I love it. It's very loud, so if it goes down, I have to refill the coolant.